Everything you do is turned up to 11, but super smooth. Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Pet, and welcome to a beautiful sunny day here at Castle Combe Motor Circuit. Now, I have been lent the car behind me, a beautiful Jaguar Project 8 by my good friend Mike. In fact, you will probably remember the car from the channel because Mike actually also owns that Project 7 over there. And he said, we've got an SCC Private Members track day. Would you like to borrow my Project 8? And I went, that would be amazing. But I've lined up a driver coach that, well, has some credentials. He's quite good. He races at Le Mans, and he's going to teach me how to left foot brake. I mean, what can possibly go wrong? Now then, guys. Welcome to the channel for the second time.
Second time.
Mr. Oli Webb.
With voice.
Yes. Yeah.
Although this time it's my voice that's cracking up rather than the audio.
I know. Now then. Yeah, because we were on I got you in a Caterham 620R at VMAX about 4 years ago. Super excited to interview you, and then got home and realised the audio didn't work. Which wasn't a good thing.
Which, even if it was working, to be honest, in how noisy a Caterham is, would have been impressive anyway if you heard me.
This is quite noisy though. We put the noisy exhaust button on.
What a pointlessly amazing thing.
I know, it's very pointlessly amazing, especially when it's in track mode. So,
I love it.
I'm here today at an SCC Private Members track day. While we drive to the start line, why are you here, mate?
So I'm here with Helen from Lillian Stanley Finance. So I've been doing some hot laps, scaring some of her clients, guests and friends.
Yes.
Who so far have been nothing but inviting, and it's always quite a special thing when someone kind of hands over the keys to their £250,000 beast. Especially one which, of course, they've saved up for, and it's their pride and joy, and on a track no less. Yeah. So to hand over the keys to me and then say go for it, and see the smile on their face at the end. So hopefully smile. Lillian
Stanley Finance my car. Now you can take it around and show me what it does.
And please make sure it is still in one piece at the end, and that's my job to push to the 95% and keep the rest in hand.
Yeah, now, I mean, this video isn't sponsored by Lillian Stanley or anything, but they are a sponsor of SCC Private Members, so I'm going to put links in the description below, just if you're interested. But we need to put our skid lids on.
Yes.
So, now, I've got a professional racing driver sat in the passenger seat of this very beautiful Jaguar Project 8. Firstly, I need to thank Mike, the owner, massively for trusting me with his car for the day. Just do wristband check. Yeah, we're ready. And I thought, I've never driven here before.
Me either.
But neither of you.
Wait, we'll cut that.
Yeah.
So I've got the lap record around here.
Yeah, you're awesome around here.
Yeah, I know this track very well.
So, we're going to do, I thought it might be interesting to have a go at a bit of left foot braking.
Okay, so I'll reinforce the windshield now.
Yeah. Because
hold on to my belt.
The reason being is I've got a sim at home. I'm working with a company called Motion Simulation, so I'm getting into my esports driving at home.
Okay.
Which is great fun. Let me just check my... Yeah, it is. And I've been left foot braking on that, but I've never left foot braked on a track before. And I wonder whether these guys might be interested in the techniques of left foot braking. What's your thoughts on the subject, first of all?
So, excuse me. Left foot braking is a very, very beneficial way of driving. Mostly in race cars. It's very, very beneficial in a race car. It means that in little kinks, which round here turn to just before the back chicane, where it's not a full brake, but you need to keep the car balanced without scrubbing off too much speed, keep the platform of the car stable, it really helps. Yeah. Now, the tough thing with a road going car or any servo assisted car such as this is the initial percentage you hit is quite exaggerated to the master cylinder. Yeah. So it means you can't do that delicate finesse. So if you can get it right in this car, you can get it right in any car. Okay. Is what I'm saying. So I'm sure you'll be able to do pretty well with it.
What I didn't find out until today is this is the most crashed corner in motorsport in the UK, this corner apparently.
Yeah, thanks to Paul for telling us that just before we went out.
Thanks Paul from Love Cars.
Yeah.
So, feel free to critique away. I am now using my left foot for braking.
So it will feel very strange initially. It'll feel like you're having quite a spiky brake trace.
Yeah.
You'll be able to put in more initial hit with it because generally your left leg is people's stronger leg.
Yeah.
But you'll have less feeling in it.
Yeah.
So through kind of the kinks, like turn 2, you'll be able to just have a nice soft press and be ready straight away on the throttle.
Yeah.
And sometimes even drag both, which can be beneficial to keeping the platform of the car nice and stable.
So for trail braking, you can kind of come off it and
Yes.
be on the throttle and almost kind of overlap much more easily.
Exactly. In the last couple of percent, you can just switch between the two. Whereas obviously the time gap between release with your right foot and onto the brake will be longer.
This corner's super bumpy.
Oh yeah, feeling this.
Massive apex miss there.
So your peak pressure's pretty good, but we can hit it harder initially and then bleed off at the end.
Okay. So this is a corner where you do your braking before you get to it, and then they were saying just a little bit afterwards, not
Yes,
over
exactly.
the crest.
And then after the second bump, then you'll have a second stab at the brake. And what you can do there is just after the apex, straighten the wheel, and therefore you'll be able to have a later brake because your wheels are all straighter.
So a harder initial.
That's it, and then bleed off at the end. You'll find you stop so much sooner.
Yeah.
And then it'll feel like you're cruising through the corner, then you can start to progress your braking forwards.
This car's just so good, man. Seriously.
It's very, very capable, isn't it, for the size?
See that? I'm now finished with my braking too early there,
So
right?
now you've braked. I always say when you're testing or on a track day, it's better to brake early but with the perfect shape and stop really early, and then you'll learn how much later you can brake.
Yeah.
Whereas if you keep braking soft, you keep getting to the apex too quick and you never know how late you need to brake.
I know when I've only done a bit of racing, but I had a race coach that helped me through it, and the bit that I was basically just wasn't braking hard enough or late enough.
Yeah. So that's where you maximise all your time. And it's also where you set up your whole corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you brake soft and early, you'll still get to the apex super quick, and you'll think you're going really quick because the car's lap shape at the apex.
Yeah.
But actually, you just didn't brake late or hard enough.
That's a super tricky corner, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah. What I would try next time you go through there is actually having a very soft brake before the crest, and then having your hard brake after the crest.
Okay.
Because at the moment you're slowing it down,
scrubbing too much speed off.
accelerating over it, and then slowing it down again.
So what are you up to at the moment, racing-wise?
So at the moment we just finished our GT campaign with the McLaren, so we had a second and a third in the last race there, which was great. Just finished the electric World Touring Car Championship with Alpha, which has been great with Romeo Ferrari, so we had a first and a second there as well.
Yeah.
And then heading to Bahrain this weekend for the last WEC race in the prototype cars.
Wow.
So we'll see how that one goes.
Right, I'm going to do one more lap and try that braking at the top, and then maybe you can show me how it's done.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, that was way too... Didn't brake enough there. It's the feel, isn't it? It's... As I said, I've never tried it before. I think it's a case of being slow and building up your speed, otherwise... So just
keep going, then have a stop brake, brake, keep going. And then straighten the wheel, let it brake. And then, although this part will feel the same, the part from A to B will be a lot quicker in the speed on the entry, so on the lap time it'll be quicker.
Yeah. Have you driven a Project 8 before?
No, never.
Mike, the owner, will be very, very happy to find out what you think of it.
Oh, great. I've always had a soft spot for them. Always had a soft spot for them.
They are a massively capable car. I think it's the coming off the brakes I'm finding a lot easier, because you can just bleed off and throttle on and smooth that transition between the two. So we've got permission to quickly do a change.
Perfect.
How do I do?
Very good.
You have to
Very
say
good.
that.
We'll give a private score when you're outside of the car.
Yeah, let me know. It's very different. I mean, the 2 sessions I've done this morning, I was just braking normally with my right foot.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'd best learn on camera. Right, so if we just literally do a jump out. There we go. Right.
I'm sweating this jacket, I think.
Yeah, me too. Come. All change. Hey? Right. You might have to put the seat forward a bit. Mind you, you've got quite long legs as well.
Fairly long, yeah.
So yeah, it's and then that's it. Yep, you are all good to go.
So S2, is that what I should be in?
So yeah, that's the gear. You've got it on your head-up display as well.
Oh, yeah,
Gearbox isn't too bad actually in terms of responsiveness. It's in track mode, I think. Let me just double check it's in track. Yep. That just puts everything at max, so you're good to go.
Well, I right foot brake in servo assisted cars, but
Good. No, you do. You just drive it how you just spank it. Show me what it can do, and by proxy, show Mike, the owner, what it can do.
Oh God, it's punchy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 600 horsepower. So. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, wow. Wow. See, that's the difference between someone who thinks they can drive and someone who can actually drive. Yeah, 130 on the brakes. So this is the corner I wanted to see how someone who could actually, so what's that, 135 through there, yeah. 145 on the brakes. It's everything you do is turned up to 11, but super smooth. Mate, seriously, your ability to, you've never driven this circuit till this morning, you've only done about 5 laps, and you've never driven this car before. That's the bit I find amazing about you top level drivers, is your ability just to adapt to a car on a circuit so quickly.
Yeah, I think we get a lot of practice, obviously, jumping in so many different things.
Yeah.
But and I've always kind of thought that's kind of been one of my fortes, shall we say.
Yeah.
It's always very, very hard in motorsport to find that last 100th or 10th, and obviously to make it to Formula 1 and make it a career.
Yeah.
But yeah, jumping into new circuits and new cars has always been something I've loved, to try and find that peak quite quickly. But you've definitely got to be sweating. I'm impressed.
Mate, what do you think of Project 8?
Yeah, awesome.
It's a good
awesome.
car.
I can't believe, when I get out the car, I think I'm going to look at it and go, oh God, it's twice the size I thought what I was driving compared to what you're feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, incredible.
It's punchy. I think the four-wheel drive platform just gives you so much traction. But yeah, no, it's an immense car, mate. Yeah. That was immense. So, so I now you're braking, and I think I always find that if I'm in a race car, I kind of brake hard. I always feel a bit guilty braking really hard in a road car, because you kind of think about the torture you give in the brake pads and the discs and stuff. But your braking is that first brake is so much harder, and then you bleed it off. There's no, you're either on the throttle or on the brake. There's no fanning around in the middle. No, I mean you can wait just a touch to let the car rotate, but if you don't put enough pressure in the car and get those front wheels and suspension really hit down, you don't have that front grip you want. So actually, if you brake soft and the car sits quite flat, you'll develop more understeer. So you can learn a braking technique which actually will improve what car balance you want. You brake harder, you have less understeer. You brake softer, you can have a little bit more oversteer. So it depends how you release the brake as well, and that's what's good about the left foot braking. Mate, I fucking love that. Thank you so much. Massive thanks to Ollie for joining me today. SCC Private Members, I'll put all the links below, but we've got plenty of time left. Although this car, I've done 3 sessions, it's used nearly a whole tank of fuel. But if you enjoyed that one, guys, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. I'll put Ollie's social details down below as well. Give him a follow on Insta because he does some awesome stuff. And good luck this weekend, mate. Good luck at the races. See you on the next film, guys. Drive safe.